Hi, my name is Shannon Perea. I live in Wiley, Texas, and we're here to talk a little bit about the fireworks show that myself and my wife put on every year. Little history is we started doing this about 25 years ago. It originally started off with just maybe 4 or 5 of us that'd be on a drive out to a lake a couple hours away from here, and we'd stop off and spend a couple $100s, and then we'd just go ahead and shoot them off. And over time, it's grown into a bigger show, and it hit my wife and I here probably about 8 years ago that, you know what, we'd started running out of fun after about 2 or 3 hours. So, you know, doing fireworks, at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning was no longer fun. So we decided we'd get serious and go basically computers. So everything is now electronic. We use a Cobra firing system with 2 firing modules, and we've been doing that now for about 8 years. We actually are in a new venue today. The reason we're in a new venue is this venue actually faces due west, and here in Texas on the 4th of July just about every year the wind is south-southeast. So rather than having fireworks at the old house which faced due east coming over our heads and breaking on us and raining, it was very uncomfortable for myself and the audience. We've shifted gears and we're graced with some brand new hosts, a brand new venue, and able to go ahead and spread things out because now we've got some acreage to go ahead and work with. So with that, we've got a big show that's going to go ahead and kick in tonight. We expect the show to last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. With 2 firing modules, we're looking at 36 different buttons to go ahead and push, and happy to go ahead and give you a preview of what the show looks like before we start firing out. Follow me. So we just have some smaller fountains. I don't usually get into fountains, but we've got smaller fountains closer to the audience here. Usually I'll do more, but this year we're just going to go ahead and do these 3 to go ahead and really get into the show. I'm a big fan of rockets. They've got to be special rockets. So this year, usually I'll do a spectrum of anywhere from 3 to 5 different types of rockets. This year, these are all Wolf Warrior, so they're going to howl and then they're going to have a nice break at the top. One of the most arduous things that I build, takes me anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, is a Roman candle rack. This right here, we're looking at a total of roughly, I think, 86 different Roman candles. And we don't do a lot of the small balls and different things. These are all going to be breaks. So some of them have 5 breaks, some of them have 8 breaks, and a break would be an explosion up in the sky versus just a pop. That would be called a report. So what we have here are a total of 36 different cues, if not buttons, on my transmitter. They're broken into 2 different pieces. So what I want to show you here first and foremost is going to be the actual firing module. So when I push a button on our first channel, I have a total of 2 channels with 18 different breaks. It'll come into a firing module that will actually go ahead and trigger the fuse for each of the sequences, each of the cues themselves. Now, what I do differently than most folks is they'll maybe have, say, 120 or 160 different cues that they'll use. I consolidate them because what I do is I go ahead and put the cakes together with multiple different fuses, multiple different time fuses, anywhere from 1 second to 2 seconds to 5 seconds, all the way up to 45 seconds. So case in point, when I'm looking at this specific cue, this is going to be 1 button. This will be halfway through our show. There's a total of 25 different cakes that are going to come off here. So, and they're all put together with different time fuses to make sure that I'm getting the maximum effect at the perfect time that I'm looking for. But again, all of them will go off with 1 button, and then we'll move on to the next cue. Moving on to our second channel, I always save the best for last. So in this instance, we're going to have more of our larger cakes. Some of these will have upwards of 6 or 7 different large cakes that'll go off in 1 button. And again, we'll have our second firing module that's in orange here. Once we get towards the end, what's going to happen is we're going to split this finale up in 2 different pieces. First and foremost, I have a box to the left, probably about 15 to 20 feet left of center. It's a wooden box close to the pond. And then I have another box over here. So those will go off simultaneously with this specific candle rack. And then once that finishes up, I'll do my absolute final finale. We have a total of 159 water tubes collectively, but these are going to be all fanned, so they're going to spread across the sky with another specific large bore candle rack over here that are going to have a totally different effect. What I like to do is I like to go ahead and bring the crowd up and bring the crowd down. In this instance, we're going to start with the crowd down to go ahead and bring the candle racks up, and the people will go, ooh, that's kind of neat, and then all of a sudden slap them with a big sky spread of, quite honestly, what we'd like to call sky puke, because you can't see anything but just vibrant lights all over the place. Nothing is distinguishable. So because of the heat in Texas this year, usually what we try to do is we try to build the morning of, and then finish, go home, take a quick nap, come back for the actual show itself. This year we did it in 2 days, so the total time frame between yesterday and this morning was probably about 10 hours. Happy 4th of July, 2023.